Yo, homies, as always, man, thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Look, I'm going to keep it real simple for you guys today. Don't let people discourage you. Don't do it, man. Believe in what it is that you're doing. Look, as always, homies, we back with the foolishness. Now, you guys know what I want. I want to hear from you guys in the comment section with the topics that I'm going to go over in today's video. But before I start, I definitely want to be very transparent with you guys. There is a sponsor on this video. I am sponsored by El Blanket. It is a Spanish sponsor. What that means is that in English, it's called Blanket. And so what happens is that if I say anything in this video that may hurt your little feelings, you can put on that self-heating blanket. It'll take you back to your happy place to where it's like, Rio can't hurt me here. And then everything should be good. So, hey, let's go ahead and jump into the video. Okay, man, unbutton the top button of your muscle shirt because this is a very strong freaking topic. And I want to hear from you guys about it because the topic is casuals are ruining Warframe, right? Now, I don't believe wholeheartedly in that topic because it's such a wide way of just saying that, you know what I mean? But Steve himself had to bring that up in the dev stream. And he had to address it because it's being said so much that the game's being ruined by the casuals and just the casual mindset of how they're doing these updates that they're aimed towards just that breed of players. And just basically what it is that you may not like the topic, but it is a topic. So I want to go over it, right? It is a big topic because Steve had to, definitely call it out. And what I want to say is I don't believe casuals are ruining Warframe. I definitely wholeheartedly believe that Warframe their agenda is aimed 99.9% towards casuals, and I feel like the necessary response for that is going to be, well, it's because casuals are bringing in the money. These things are happening, and as gamers, as people who want more in the game, a lot of people are like, yo, but we've been here for so long. Why don't we have anything? That kind of really hits the entitlement. Even with me, everybody's entitled to something they feel in their own minds. You know what I mean? It's just that you feel like you put so much into a relationship that you want a little bit more out of it. You're not wrong about that. I definitely get where you're coming from. Now, the thing is, why I had to talk to a wide variety of people is because I wanted to hear their different inputs. I asked a couple of different YouTubers who, in my mind, when I was talking to them, I definitely feel wholeheartedly that these YouTubers are freaking casuals. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a casual. It's just a word. I didn't create it. You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is when I'm talking to these YouTubers, I'm thinking that they're casuals, but I'm not going to say it. I think they should know because I know and we all know, right? And so it was kind of a weird response because what they gave me was, yeah, man, I feel like the casual approach isn't the really beneficial for Warframe as far as in like how their community feel. And what they were telling me is that the money that Warframe is making and just the impact of the game hitting casuals is great, but within its own community, they see that the game definitely needs more. And I was like, oh, okay. So I was like, what do you see yourself as? They were like, oh, I see myself more so on like the veteran side. I was like, but in my mind, I'm like, you're a veteran casual, though. But it's whatever. It's whatever. One thing I've noticed as well going into this, guys, you guys know we do the TED Talk here. One thing that I did notice going into this as well is that a lot more people are speaking up about Endgame. You know what I mean? One thing about me is that my channel was made off of Endgame. That's what actually, I started my channel off of Mortal Kombat. But one thing that I've ever started, the first thing that I started with in Warframe was Endgame, and I've never changed the narrative. I've been consistent all the way through, and everybody speaking up about Endgame now, saying that it's something that we need. It's definitely like pushing Warframe and Steve, I should say, to the point to where they know that they have to address it. You know what I'm saying? Because now that's why they have to address the fact that casuals aren't ruining the game, but that's where their focus is. And their focus isn't wrong because for one, I cannot say Warframe's mindset is wrong. Because if that's what you set out to do, then they have accomplished what it is that they set out to do. I can't get mad at that. I can't get mad at that at all. You know what I mean? Because that's their objective. So if that's what they wanted to reach towards, then they've hit their goals. I feel like the Endgame Veteran project is a side project, and whenever that comes, it comes. So what a lot of people say is, oh my God, partners are complaining. I haven't seen a detailed breakdown of what they actually want as endgame. First off, bro, shut up. I just gotta come out here and say it, bro. Shut up. Every year it's the same thing. Every year people are gonna complain about how there's no content. Because why? It gets annoying, right? Every year people are gonna complain about, well, yo, this is what you can do for endgame, okay? Stop saying that people aren't giving no detailed responses about what they can put in endgame. Stop acting like the forums and Reddit isn't just downvoting endgame ideas for implementations. Stop trying to make it seem like we're just out here ranting. You know what I'm saying? Stop trying to make it seem like we're ranting and we're the bad guys because we're complaining. Yes, because the formula started out with giving Warframe objectives, as in like, yo, let me give you this blueprint, let me give you guys these ideas. And not just me, multiple people in the community, thousands of people give their ideas. I'm talking about paragraphs on paragraphs of Yale written papers of how they can break down endgame, what they're looking for, rewards and everything like that. But then you have these people that try to discredit it and be like, oh, no one's given any real criticism. No one's given any real feedback. They're just complaining. Well, I think people are complaining because, you know what I'm saying? Nobody really got anything that they put out there that Warframe really used. Like, people were giving Warframe crazy amount of ideas. They're just not taking it. And as we keep giving them ideas on rewards and what we're looking for, on what we feel like is good and what would make veterans and stuff happy, they keep asking questions on what it is that you guys are looking for. And I'm like, wait. I'm tired of talking to you, man. I keep telling you the same thing over and over. You know, I've said to people, I've made over like 13 videos on breakdowns on what Warframe could use. And now these partners are saying the same thing. Like, you know what I'm saying? We keep telling you guys what it is that we want, but you keep asking us what it is that we want, which makes things a little bit weird. You know what I'm saying? So for all of these people that comes along and, oh, I'm hearing partners complain, but I'm not saying this and I'm not saying that. Dude, stop it. Stop. Don't do that. Because it's all on the forums. It just doesn't get any upvotes. And then you guys downvote it all the time. It's on Reddit. It's there. Everybody sees it. It's been going on for years. And then that's why we can't be heard. And that's why people now go to ranting videos because, you know, they're a little bit upset. So the whole casuals that are ruining Warframe, like I said, and I spoke my point on that one. I feel like if that's their desired objective is to reach the casuals, then like I said, they've made their point. They've actually reached their goal somewhat within the 6 years. They've accomplished what they want to accomplish, you know? And I feel like it would just be a little bit fair if they were like, you know, this is our direction to where we want to go. But I feel like the reason why a lot of people get upset, you know what I'm saying? And I'm in a very happy place right now, man. I took out all my frustration on MK11. It feels so good over there. If you guys haven't seen those videos, check them out. So basically what it is, like, I feel good talking about it because I think the reason why a lot of people are upset is not because of Warframe not listening. I think it's because they keep giving us false ideals and dreams. You know what I'm saying? If Warframe was to come out and say our main focus is to not do endgame, I think a lot of people will be happier. A lot of people will accept it. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like being in a relationship and your girl keeps telling you like, babe, I want to be with you. But every time you hit her up, she doesn't pick up. And then you get frustrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I don't spend no time with you. And what it is that every time Warframe brings up the term endgame and we're going to bring this for our veterans. We're going to bring this for our endgame people. And this is not a rant. This is just me speaking some actual facts of what we know. You know what I'm saying? And so every time Warframe does that, they're like, yo, this is what we're going to do for our vets. We're going to bring endgame. This is important to us. This is what we're going to do. It kind of leaves that sense of like, okay, but you're not really doing anything else of what we're asking, you know? And so I think that's why a lot of veterans are upset. You know, I think that's why a lot of, I feel like that's why a lot of hardcore endgame players are definitely upset because Warframe is always feeding us the ideas, but never really delivering on anything. And they kind of half do it in a way to where like it doesn't really, it's still for casuals, you know, like it's never just like a real endgame. And people are always like, what's a real endgame, dude? It's with scaling enemies, it's with high level, it's rewards. It's like 3 major factors. It's just 3 factors of every single video game out there follow those 3 major factors. It's not that difficult. And I feel like it's a lot of deflecting when people are like, well, what it is that you want? No one is saying. A lot of people are saying anything. And I feel like it's disrespectful to all the people out there who have given their ideas. And I think that's why a lot of people are upset. And you can't get mad at people for being upset, because if you're being promised something for years and never gotten it, then that's something for people to be upset about. You know, but if you come out and say, this is our direction, we're not focused on that, I think a lot of people would have to respect it, to be like, yo, I loved Warframe, but they're not going in this direction. You know what I'm saying? So it's just kind of like holding and stringing those players along. It's kind of like stringing on the end game players and stringing on the vets to just like, hey, hold on, we got something in the works for you. And it never really comes out. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the way that I look at it now, you know? So when I hear Steve speak about these things, it's important for him to say casuals aren't ruining the game, because that's Steve's money market. You know, that's their money market, to where they don't want to exclude people. But at the end of the day, Steve them know that they can't exclude the veterans, the people who were there with them from the start. And that's just one of the things that I feel about it. And I wanted to hear you guys' input definitely in the comment section about the topic that came up, to where Steve had to bring up about casuals ruining the game. And like I said, I don't feel like they're ruining the game if that's Steve's initial input and direction of the game. And if he would just say it, we would accept it, you know? And I feel like Warframe is just a giant pool of ideas. So I feel like no matter what update comes out, you know, it's always room for every type of player in the game. There's no player that should be excluded. And I feel like it's only one type of players that are excluded. And then you always have those, well, you guys are the 1%ers. No one cares about the 1%ers. Well, actually, a lot of the casual YouTubers now, which is some of the bigger YouTubers, are now speaking up about it. So the 1% is no longer 1%, you know? And a lot more casual people are saying that they want to try endgame and they need it and they're burnt out and they're bored, you know? And so no longer it's 1%. So there's really no more excuses. And at the end of the day, right now where I'm at, I'm not upset. I'm not unhappy. I'm actually very happy. You know, I'm in a really good spot. I'm really loving the energy as of late. And I want to hear you guys' input, man. How do you guys feel about it? How you guys feel about if the topic of casuals ruining the game, you know? And shout out to all the casual people. Yo, for all the people who are casuals, or the people who just play the game and get off and whatever. Dude, don't let nobody, like I said, don't let nobody discourage you if you're a casual, okay? If you're a new player, like I said, you're always excluded out these arguments because, dude, you're a new player. We don't know what you're going to do in life. You know, just have fun and enjoy the content, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, like I always say, I always tell people, enjoy the game the way you enjoy the game, dude. If you're a filthy freaking casual, be a filthy casual. If you're a filthy end gamer, be a filthy end gamer. You know what I'm saying? Just have fun doing what it is that you're doing. And that's just what it is. Don't let these topics get you to the point to where you feel bad in any kind of way. That's just what it is, man. But like I said, this video is sponsored by L Blanket. If your feelings or you felt some type of way in this video, get it out there. And then the other thing is that it's been a lot of talk about how YouTubers aren't really pushing the narrative to say what it is that Endgame is or what they want for Endgame. Shut up. That's going to be my new thing that I'm going to start saying. I'm going to start telling people shut up. That's going to be my new thing, because some of these people on the forums, they'll ignore things just so they can post something to make people look like the bad guy. You know what I'm saying? They love to do that. And like I started out with this, the first thing that I said in the video was, don't let people discourage you. Dude, I've been doing this for too long. Like, you can't discourage me from what it is that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I have too much self-respect, and I have too much confidence in myself. That's why I don't ever worry about what people say. I troll with it because at the end of the day, you can turn anything into humor. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I have a good time. So thank you guys so much for clicking on the video. Hope that you guys had a dope day. Thank you guys so much for the love and the support. Yo, if you guys haven't seen the MK videos, check them out. I freaking love them. Commentary on 10. It's freaking exciting. And I've noticed that a lot of people over there on the MK side, like when I say the things that I say, oh dude, you're hilarious, but when you say it in Warframe, it's just such sensitive people. Oh my god, dude. I was like, my children, I'm home when I'm on MK. Jesus, I love you guys, man. Take care. Have a dope day, homies.